What is up, everybody? This is part 2 of the two-part series of how to sell your vehicle and get the most money out of it. In the first video, I went over how to clean your car to get the most value for it. So we went and detailed the entire interior, and I'm starting this video off by showing you that I am washing the exterior to bring out the shine of the car. Before we took pictures of it, I wanted to make sure the car was very, very clean so that it looks clean for the new buyer. But in today's video, we'll be going over how to clean your engine bay and how to list the car and take proper pictures of the car to show what it is worth. But without further ado, my name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Let's get into it. It is looking mint, super reflective. Very shiny. So as you guys can see, after the wash, the car looks a lot better, and this is going to be much better to take pictures of because of how clean it looks. So we're going to take a picture right here, maybe of the front, of the headlights. And then we'll get a picture of the interior. Again, this looks a lot better now that it's actually clean. And now that everything is out of there, so we'll stage the interior, kind of show each door panel, the trunk, and just, maybe get another shot like right here. And yeah, the car looks much better. It's very presentable. Get a shot of the trunk, back seat. And the good thing is that the car is completely clean all the way around. The exterior, the interior, the engine bay. Everything's just nice and clean, so when somebody comes to look at it, I don't have to worry about, trying to shine it up or make it, look pretty, because I already did that. So when somebody comes to look at it, they won't have much to kind of talk you down on the price. So they'll kind of look at it, see that it's in the garage, see that it's a nice car, see that it's very clean and well taken care of, and it will kind of just help to sell it. So I know that these videos are a little bit all over the place. That's because it's filmed over about a week span. When you post to certain sites, I normally I stick with Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. Facebook Marketplace, it's more safe than Craigslist, I feel. Not saying that Craigslist is bad, but I've had more success with the actual listing on Facebook. So with the 335i, I only posted to Facebook Marketplace because I knew that it would sell pretty fast. And so when somebody wants to meet up, schedule a time and don't send them your address until you are ready and until like the day of. So if somebody wants to schedule it, say it's Monday and somebody wants to schedule for Wednesday, make sure to say, awesome, Wednesday works for me, 10 a.m., I'll send you my address at 9. Make sure to tell them maybe cross streets that it's near, that your house is near. You can always meet up in a separate parking lot, but I've had good success just selling at my house, but always be cautious about it. And when you're taking the payment, make sure that if they want to do check, make sure it's a cashier's check. What I did when I was selling my BMW is he wanted to do a cashier's check. I told him cashier's over personal because personal checks can bounce. Cashier's check, they have to have the money in their account, and basically the bank takes their money out of their account and writes it in fully. So you want to make sure that your name matches on the cashier's check, and you want to make sure that it's for the correct amount. You can make sure that it actually has watermarks on the check. That will be a sure sign of the authenticity of it. And then if you are taking cash, say it's a car for $3,000, a lot of people can take out $3,000 pretty easily. I bought this counterfeit pen, and basically what you do is you run the pen along the money, and if the money is real, it will show up clear. If it is fake, then it will draw a black line on it. But what we're going to be going over today is first off, I went ahead and washed the car. You want to do that as well. And then we'll be going over little things to do, such as cleaning up the engine bay, little spots here that are really just going to make everything look a lot cleaner in here. And then what we're also going to be doing is I'll be showing you the listing that I made. I have a couple people coming to look at the car, which is very exciting. Unfortunately, like, it is sad to see this thing go, but the plans for the E30 that I'll use this money for are going to be really, really exciting. So the engine bay isn't all that dirty, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little squirt bottle with some soap and water and maybe a little bit of degreaser, and we're going to just spot clean all the small parts of this engine bay. Some cars you won't really need to worry about cleaning the engine bay all that much because they're more of like a daily driver type of setup. This one, I'm asking a pretty high asking price for it. As well as it is more of like a performance car, so that's why I'm going to clean the engine bay and just kind of spot clean it. It doesn't have to be perfect. You can take a pressure washer and clean it there. I've seen a lot of people do that, but for me, it just scares me for some reason of just cleaning the inside of my engine bay. I know that I should be more, open to it, but it is for sure a scary thing having water with electrical with engines and water not compressing. So that's why I've just never done that. So we're going to spot clean it, and I'll show you when it's done. So there isn't that much difference, but you can see just on the like the actual shock tower, that looks a lot better, as well as the other side. So I went ahead and just spot cleaned all of it. She is looking real clean, and again, I think that I can get what I'm really asking for. So I do have a price where I don't want to go too much lower than that, because I did replace a lot of the parts on this car. So, but again, if we can get what I'm asking for it, then we have a lot of parts coming for the E30. So with this car specifically, I went ahead and just said that is full bolt-on with upgraded stage 2 turbos for the listing. And when you're creating a listing, you want to put in any mods that you have done and, bigger mods that actually cost money. And you for sure want to mention a lot of the maintenance. So one of the big points of selling this car was the upgraded or the brand new clutch, as well as the brand new injectors and the oil pan gasket. People really do love maintenance, and it is a very big selling point on cars, as well as a big talking down point for cars. So you really want to look at what they're going to try to talk you down from, and why you won't go down to a certain point, right? So say with this car, if they go over, and I had somebody message me and say that it was a little bit of high mileage at 122,000, but I said since it's a 2007 and it's been around for 14 years, that's not too bad. It's less than 8,000 miles per year, which is far under the regular average, which I believe is 12,000 a year. And then I was able to then tell her why that I want to take her lower price, because of all the performance mods, the maintenance, and the really big selling points of the car, like the interior, like the 6-speed, and the full refresh on the motor. So you really want to have a counter to whatever they're going to call you down on. And that does bring me to my next point, is make sure that you don't have any dash lights on. If you have a couple of sensors going out or anything like that, you want to make sure that you get those fixed before you try to sell. Because if I come up to a car to buy it and it has a check engine light, then that's going to be a big red flag, and I'm going to try to talk down from that no matter what it is. So after you've cleaned the car and make sure that there's no check engine lights on, you can go ahead and list it and post it for the price that you want, maybe a little bit higher than actual asking value. take really good pictures. I will post some of the pictures that I took, and just kind of get a overall like surrounding of the car, and make sure that you kind of let everybody know that it's in good running condition. Certain parts have been replaced, the reason why you're selling, which is a big one. So I posted in my my listing that the reason why I'm selling this car is so that I can build the E30, and I found that platform. So that's a good reason to get rid of the car rather than, oh, this car is too much money to maintain and stuff like that, right? And I want you guys to remember that you can always deny the person that has come, no matter how far they've come or how long it took them to get there. If they try to lowball you, you can stay firm to your price. There will always be a buyer for your car, and sometimes you can just wait for the right buyer. With the 335i and trying to sell it, I had 2 or 3 people message me, and they tried to negotiate right off the bat, which isn't always a good thing. So you never want to negotiate prices over the messaging before they even see the car, because they'll just try to lowball you, and if you agree to that price, then they're going to come in with that mindset, and then they're going to try to talk you down more, because they know that you've already budged. But if you stick with the price and stick with a firm price, then they can come and check out the car, and if it's legitimate, you can kind of negotiate then. But be very safe, be very careful when selling a car or buying a car. Nobody likes to get screwed over, especially when you're dealing with, higher price tickets, higher price items. There's more money and more risk involved with it. One thing that I feel like is never really mentioned is never let your license plate go with the car. Because what happens is people won't get your car registered, and then they'll just go ahead and drive around with these plates, and what they'll do is they'll take toll roads, they'll get in parking spots and get tickets, and all it comes back to is your license plate, and then it comes back to you and not them. And then there's this whole big legal issue, and it just creates this whole mess of legal issues. So always take your license plate off the car when they go to drive away. My brother has gotten into a big issue of leaving his license plate with the car, and it ended up coming back to bite him, and it ended up being like $1,000 of just like total issues with them racking up the toll road and getting tickets and a whole bunch of issues with them having the license plate. So always take the license plate with you. It's yours. You deserve it. But I think that is going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like on today's video. I hope this helps you sell your car and get the most out of it, as these tips did me. More information coming up on the E30. I'll let you guys know when my 335 sells. Hopefully it will be this week. And yeah, so I'm super excited. I know I've been a little bit taking a break, but I will catch you guys in the next video. So as always, have an amazing day. My name is Ryan. This is Project Race Car. Peace.